Hi, everybody. It's Allie back again at Heart and Soul Connected. And thanks once more again for being here on my channel with me. Today, I'm going to talk about Theosophy. And if you've never heard of it before, you just might be surprised that you already know about it anyway. So I'm going to explain it to you and give you some information about it. So, Theosophy is a philosophical movement that explores the nature of humanity and the universe, aiming to understand the mysteries of existence. It's a complex and multifaceted system of thought that has been influential in shaping our modern spirituality. So you can see that these types of things are very important to know if it's coming to the background of where we are. And so there's a lot of people that worked with Theosophy, including Rudolf Steiner, and he has a lot of books on the topic. So just a mention of some people that were interested in learning more about this. So people have a real misunderstanding of Theosophy. A lot of people feeling that it's a mystical, occult practice, but it really isn't. It's more philosophical, much like Buddhism. It seeks to understand the nature of reality and our place within it. Another challenge is that its roots are in Eastern spirituality, particularly Buddhism and Hinduism, which can make it difficult for us Westerners to grasp. So if some of you are from Eastern countries and understand the Asian philosophies, and then you will probably have heard of this and probably think, oh, nobody knew about that there. Many of our Asian prophecies that we have, such as Buddhism and Hinduism, have a mystical element in them, but they do intend to point us in the way to live our lives and to allow in our lives, and not so much push as a Western country or a Western philosophy might do. It also has an emphasis on spiritual evolution and personal growth. And so some people say, oh, it's a self-help group. Well, don't we all need to help ourselves first? There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I think some of these definitions create disparity of thought, in that people who don't understand it completely and don't look into it at all have no earthly idea what it's about and criticize it as being something that is woo-woo or whatever. And open your mind and recognize that there are things that we can learn about that will only expand our understanding of things and where they originated from. So the core beliefs of Theosophy center around the idea of reincarnation, which holds that our souls rebirth into new bodies over and over until we achieve spiritual liberation. Well, if you don't believe in reincarnation, then you're probably not going to be too attached to this particular philosophical, or maybe you can read about it and learn different aspects of why they believe this way so that you can integrate that into your own knowledge. Karma is another key concept, suggesting that every action has consequences that affect our future experiences. If you ever watched Defending Your Life, a movie that I've talked about many times with Meryl Streep, I think it came out in the 90s. It tells us in that movie that you are the one that judges yourself. You're the one who comes to the conclusion whether or not you met your karma, whether or not you worked your soul contract, whether you've grown in the lifetime that you've already lived, and whether that you'll come back later on or whether you'll just stay on the other side. So theosophers also believe that in the interconnectedness of all life and seeing the universe as a vast web of relationships between beings. And so those people who may believe in the lives that exist in our wonderful solar systems and beyond have an attachment to us, that we are connected to them, whether we know of them or not. We are part of the bigger whole. Furthermore, it also teaches us there are spiritual masters or adepts who have achieved a higher level of consciousness and can guide humanity towards its spiritual revolution. And those might be ascended masters, they might be archangels, there might be just guides on the other side that have become more adept at what life is all about and how to help those of us on this side. One of the most engaging insights is its emphasis on the unity of all existence. So not only are we connected to each other as people slash extraterrestrials, but we are also connected to the earth, the elements, the animals, the air, the wind, the sea, all of it. All of it is a big connection. And that's why Theosophy is very, very fascinating. This perspective has influenced contemporary spiritual practices like mindfulness and meditation, and encourages us to see beyond the surface level and the shared human experience. So there are focuses on personal growth, self-realization, also resonates with people seeking a more meaningful and purposeful life. By exploring Theosophy's teachings, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So if you're interested in learning more about Theosophy, there are lots and lots of books out there that discuss it. Simply put in the word, and you will not only get your definition of how you wish to define it, but also books or people who have written on it. The other thing is to take a deep dive into any Buddhism or Hinduism tenets or parameters and how they came to be and how they have provided for the expansion of mankind and the learning that we have achieved on this planet. So thank you very much for listening, and I wish you well. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye now.